Tariff escalations between the United States and China happened, wiping out 19.3 billion and more in the crypto market. We're going to talk XRP HBAR XLM, the two big events that we got coming up that could either push us further into the red or start getting this market to turn around. These are candlesticks we have never seen before. Plummets as bad as...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
We got a sale on aisle 5. Hell, everything is on sale right now. Stellar XLM hit a low of sub 20 cents. HBAR went below 10 cents to touch 9.7. And XRP, look at this one candlestick. A high at 259 all the way down to a low of 152. If you had dry powder, you could have taken advantage of these opportunities. If you're sitting on the sideline watching, these last 24 hours, they haven't been pretty. We have rebounded, but we got two more situations coming up that the market is definitely looking for. Yeah, and you know what we're looking for? Some juicy price action, because holy shit, Uptober turned into Sucktober, if you ask me. Now, before we get into the news, this blob of red up on the screen, and the fact that the altcoin season now is at its lowest that it has been in in the last 90 days. Yeah. We're doing good over here in the crypto world, and then all of a sudden, Trump is like, I don't like what China's doing. We're going to have to impose some tariffs, and boom! Market takes a dump. 19.3 billion, and that's on the low side for estimates. Altcoin season, 34 out of 100. Your comments? Let's get to them. Titanium, channel member, dropping support on the channel. Well, thank you, Titanium, and honestly, thank you for your daily comments, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Tyron Copeland says, is it just me, or ever since the government got involved in crypto, we've had more dumps than pumps? Yo, for real. Talk about the United States government proving once again they can fuck up anything. Carl Forrest has been waiting a while for this bye-bye. Yeah, like I said, if you had the dry powder ready, you are good to go, because a lot of people, if you're able to buy in this crazy candlestick action, you made a shit ton of money since. But if you've been stuck in hodl mode, oh, girlfriend, it has not been a good deal for you. You are talking about waiting to the point where this move brought us all the way back to November price action. Now, the volume for the crypto market is absolutely fucking crazy. $500 billion right now. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear me correctly. I said $500 billion. Happy Saturday. Why is it a $500 billion? Not because things are pumping, but because things dumped. Volume in the last 24 hours, $526 billion. Market cap, we lost a shitload. We're now down to 3.75 million. Bitcoin, 112,593. Bitcoin down 7%. ETH down 12, XRP 13, Sol 17, Doge down 23, ADA down 20, Link down 21. So again, what's happening right now? BTC is holding its value better than the alts. That's why the altcoin season is sliding more to BTC, because over the last 90 days, a shit ton of coins are in the red, while there's only a couple in the green. Now, let's get into it. Crypto crash 2025, 19 billion in liquidations make the March 2020 crash, which I covered. Yeah, it wasn't fun. Look small. The crypto market saw its steepest one-day drop in months thanks to tariffs, falling 9.93% to 3.73 trillion in market cap, as Trump's 100% tariff threat on Chinese imports sent shockwaves through risk assets. Yep. That's exactly what happened. All this crypto goodiness gets wiped out with some tariff talk. We still don't have regs. The government shutdown seems to be lasting for a while longer. We fucked up the economy thanks to Jerome Powell. And now we're all like, oh, so we're not melting faces? Investors rush to cut exposures. Liquidation cascades erased billions within hours. This is coming back to the March 20 COVID era panic. According to CoinGlass, 1.6 million traders were liquidated in 24 hours, totaling over 19 billion. That's the largest wipeout in crypto history. This event was 20 times bigger than the COVID crash and 10 times bigger than the FTX collapse. Yo, crypto said, nah, I ain't ready yet. Y'all talk about adoption. Y'all talk about melting faces. Crypto's like, no, girlfriend, I'm dumping. I'm going to dump on your face. I'd rather wish you would sit on my face. Crypto sees lots of liquidations. In his post on X, CoinGlass said the total might be much higher given that exchanges don't necessarily report orders in real time. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, only reports one liquidation per second. We know there's a lot more than that. The focus now turns to counterparty exposure and whether this triggers broader market contagion. Here's the problem. Is this now going to spill over to the stock markets on Monday? What happens to gold and silver, which are the safe haven assets to hedge? Does this push silver up to 75? Does this push gold up to 4,500? Well, we're going to find out on Sunday night when the markets open. The next major support level for Bitcoin is 100,000, according to Caroline Morin, co-founder of Orbitz Markets, which would signal the end of the past 3-year bull cycle. I don't know. Bitcoin going below 100,000 is going to have to be pretty crazy. We're right now sitting at 112,000. The focus is counterparty. The next major support, 100,000. A renewed trade war between China and the United States erupted on Friday, causing uncertainty in the markets. Yeah, crypto took a bath. So what are those two big events? September's CPI data may keep BTC and the crypto market capped as October rate cut odds wane. False. False, false, false. The rate cut odds are still insanely high. The next meeting is happening on the 29th of October, where we have a 98.3% chance that we're going to get a cut. In fact, the odds have increased over the last month. So I don't know what the fuck this article's talking about because, baby, we're getting rate cuts because Jerome upped the economy. And we're talking about the job market. So now you have a job market which sucks balls. You got Trump and China playing whose penis is bigger than whose. Yeah, tariff war, drink. And now all of a sudden, we're looking at CPI again. October rate cuts unlikely without a cooler CPI. I don't believe in that. I really don't believe. I think because of all this, I think Jerome is almost forced to cut. October rate cuts look increasingly unlikely unless September CPI prints materially softer than expectations. When is that September CPI report released? It's released on October 24th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now, yes, CPI has been a little bit higher as of late, but the bigger concern is the job market. So you got CPI data coming up here in a couple weeks with what the Fed meeting coming on after that. And, well, everyone, we've got some other issues. DYX drifting back towards $100 strength. 10-year treasury recent declines as capital rotated into bonds. Crypto total market cap down a shit ton this week. A shit ton. What should traders be watching for? Month-over-month momentum and the week after how Jerome talks about it. Because we only have chances for rate cuts 2 more times this year. The October 29th meeting and the December 10th meeting. And with government shutdown still here and seemingly going to be here a while, we're not going to be getting regs anytime soon either. So now let's look at the crypto market. Depressing. Fear and greed index, we slid back to 35 out of 100. Like I told you, altcoin season, 34 out of 100. And volume, 526 billion, half a trillion volume, up 174%. Why? Because we went from right here, 4.15 trillion in market cap, to 3.69. Some of our favorites out there went on mega sale. Girlfriend, I think this is like Black Friday. Wait a minute, that happened on Friday. This is like Black Friday shopping for crypto. XLM was not doing too bad. Hovering right around that 40-cent mark. Lost over 50% on the low of that candlestick to 19.8 cents. Volume for XLM, the highest I've ever seen it. 1.1 billion in recent history, up 340%. Now, it's rebounded quite a bit, back up to 32 cents. So, you made a shit ton of money if you were able to buy on that dip and time this thing. HBAR, girlfriend, you were able to buy single-digit HBAR. That's right, HBAR got under 10 cents to 9.8. HBAR hovering right around that 21-cent mark where we had a lot of support for a while. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates opened and melting faces. That's right. Grown men are going to cry. They're going to cry because they lost so much fucking money and they were liquidated. HBAR rebounded very well since. HBAR is almost up 100% from its low from its candlestick. Overall, though, not looking good. You go to the 1-month chart, we're down 27%. Volume for HBAR near $1 billion. XLM, same story here. You go to the 1-month chart, you're down 16%. If you zoom out on XLM, this candlestick right here puts us to a low, even lower than what we saw on April 6th. This brings us all the way back to November price action. XRP wasn't left out of the mix. No, girlfriend. Go to the 7-day chart of XRP and you were like, yo, you were able to buy XRP at $1.50. Yes, you were, because that bitch went on flash sale. Look at this. This is the 7-day chart for it. Have you ever seen a candlestick like that on a 7-day? Here's the 1-day. Look at that. In a 1-day chart, in a 1-hour candlestick, $2.59 to $1.52. XRP loses about 40% in 1 hour. What does it tell you about the crypto markets? It's extremely volatile. It's not on strong footing yet. Why? We don't have the ETFs to help us out with the floor. We don't have the regs to help us out yet either. And we don't have a lot of institutions adding XRP to their treasury. So you don't have a lot of hodl power. You've got a lot of sell power. That's why when you look at the prices of cryptos, and we're going to do it right now, Bitcoin is only 11% from all-time highs. XRP is 36%. Doge, 74%. Cardano, 79%. As you see, when shit goes south, Bitcoin just holds better. Bitcoin is 112,000, only 11% away from all-time high, while the majority of the crypto market lost 40 to 50% in 1 hour. Safe haven play, store value play. Well, it sure looks like Bitcoin is winning that freaking bet, which sucks because we were doing so good with XRP. Look at the 1-month chart. We were battling right around that $3 mark through all this bullshit, and then all of a sudden, tariffs wrecked the living hell out of us. And remember, every time I say tariff, you're supposed to drink because that's the secret word. So, choo-choo what? Choo-choo, I hope you had some dry powder for this. And choo-choo, hopefully you were sleeping if you didn't have dry powder for this and you slept right through it. Now, do I think we're going to rebound back to $3? Hell yeah, I do. Do I think the majority of crypto is going to crawl its way back to prices before nasty Black Friday? Fuck yeah, I do. But look, the United States government is fucking more shit up rather than make it better. Just saying, we were supposed to have strategic reserves by now. We didn't get it. Overpromise and underdeliver. We were supposed to have regs by now. Stable coins got regs, but that's because they're backed by government debt. So it's obvious why the government gave those guys regs and not the alts. We were supposed to have a whole bunch of shit by now. Auditing a Fort Knox. We were supposed to have some Epstein files. We were supposed to have a whole bunch of crap. And guess what? We ain't getting it. You know what we are getting? Volatility. Which means you better have money always fucking ready or else you will miss out. That's how crypto is. Melting faces? Yeah, grown men will cry. So now what? Well, I mean, honestly, you have a couple choices. Number one, you could just say, F this, I'm out, dump everything, take your L's, and just move on with life and never deal with crypto again. Or you can deal with the volatility that I've been seeing now for the last 6 years I've been doing a YouTube channel, and the 2 years before that I was into crypto. Yo, stuff like this happens. To this extent, nah, not really. But it's the same premise. Whenever there's something nasty, crypto overreacts. It doesn't have as strong of a floor as, say, like stocks, gold, and that kind of stuff, right? So what happens? Liquidations, right? Because people leverage, because they're greedy. So then when the liquidations happen, those liquidations force more liquidations and more and more and more. And you go into this nasty spiral. Now, that nasty spiral sucks for long-term players out here who are like, bro, I just want to go to the moon. And I'm sitting here going, well, shit, you just went to the basement. It's just how crypto is. I always tell people, have cash ready. Have wads of cash ready. Quetzales. Not cash. Well, this is cash. This is Quetzales cash. But have wads of cash ready for anything. It doesn't matter if your neighbor's liquidating his Carrera 4S over there for 75% off. Doesn't matter if crypto goes on a 50% sale. Always have cash ready. So that if an opportunity arises, you're ready for it. Otherwise, you just have to sit on the sidelines and wait. Now, I am confident we're going to come back. I'm sure we're going to roar back. It's just, fuck, man. The United States government is making this a wild trip. So, stick around. I'll have more updates for you. Yeah, I'm bringing you news on the weekend. I work every day. I'm your reliable source for the news. Melting faces? Well, unless you were looking at the sun. Grown men will cry? Yeah, because their crypto balances were in the shitter. Choo-choo what? Well, the sign behind me says it. Choo-choo. Bitches. Oh, and happy Saturday, a little ending action for you. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling here soon. Like I said, I've got my quetzales ready. So get ready for a little bit of market rebound when I start going into planes and flying. And I get to see what the TSA looks like staffing wise. I get to see if the air traffic controllers are doing their jobs right. Oh, government shutdown might be fucking up my travel plans. Hell no, I'm going there. So again, choo-choo what? Choo-choo vacation for me soon. Choo-choo, I'll keep bringing you the news while on vacation. And I'll do it again. Choo-choo bitches. Happy Saturday. God, I wish the news was better.